Hello, this is the RPG Pundit, the final boss in Internet Shitlords, and as you can see, it's a lovely winter day here. It's, I don't know, it's like 18 degrees Celsius here, and I'm here with Meatball, who is currently vandalizing our neighbors. Luckily, the neighbors don't mind. And wait, what have we got here? Oh, Lord. It's Big Chungus. So, this is going to be a short video. And I really mean it. I know I always say that, but I really do mean it this time. Because first of all, I have an announcement, and I'm asking for a little bit of help here, which is that tomorrow we're having Inappropriate Characters, the show. We were going to have Grim Jim on the show, back on the show, I guess you could say. He was going to be our guest star. He was going to promote his new products and stuff. But it turns out he's got some kind of a health issue. He's mentioned it on his Twitter, and he had to cancel because he's having some exams or something. I'm not sure what the details are. I'm sure he'll talk about them if he wants to for himself. But the point is, we suddenly find ourselves without a guest star, and it's been kind of slow lately in the RPG news and controversy world. So I'm asking you guys, when you see this video, if you want to mention in the comments to this video topics that you think we should talk about in the show on Sunday, please let us know, and be sure to check out the show. It's going to be at 7:30 Central in the Inappropriate Characters YouTube channel. You should check it out and subscribe to it if you haven't already. And I'm going to go look at Meatball because, Chungus, you're boring. You're cute, but you're boring. Look, there's Meatball doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, just be sure to let us know if you've got a topic for the three of us, for me, Job, and Venger, to talk about. Today I'm going to just do a little bit of promotion of, I've been slowly promoting my Pundit Presents books, and in the last one that we talked about was Secret Order of the Red Lady, which was a medieval authentic adventure. After that in the series, the next two, number 15 and 16, are the Middle Northern Wilderlands and the first Arkham source book. Both of those are now available in World of the Last Sun. There's Meatball and World of the Last Sun. So World of the Last Sun is the Gonzo setting of my DCC campaign, and it's an OSR Gonzo setting that you can take whole hog or just take all the parts that you want and use them in your OSR game. It's very OSR compatible. It's not specific to DCC. It's not a DCC. It's certainly not a licensed DCC sourcebook or anything like that. It's based on a DCC campaign, but the stats there are going to be readily usable for any OSR game. And so you could get those two. I mean, if you're not interested in those specific ones, but you do want the setting books, they're still there on Pundit Presents. But the next one that isn't in a reprint or in a compilation is RPG Pundit Presents number 17, which is called The Hunters. It's another medieval authentic adventure. It's a copper bestseller. It's been quite popular. And it's an adventure that is pretty easy to port into any fantasy campaign that you're playing, especially, of course, if it's got a more serious medieval element to it, but it doesn't even necessarily have to, because this one's got a lot of supernatural stuff in it, monsters and creatures and magic and all of that. It's set, officially speaking, in a little village in kind of the middle of nowhere in England, but you can easily port that into any little village area in the middle of nowhere area of your setting. And the interesting thing, this is an investigative adventure, but it also is likely to have quite a lot of action in it. And it's a mystery, but some of the mystery adventures I've made, the investigative adventures I've made, are adventures that have a clear enemy that you already know and you have to find, or that have a mystery enemy, but that it's pretty clear who is culpable for what's going on. In the Hunters, what you have is it's very much a sandbox environment, and it's got a problem that's happening, which is that local children are disappearing in the region. And then there are several possible groups that might be involved in it. And so your PCs are sent there or go there or happen to be there or, hired by the town to try to find out the truth of what is going on. And I don't want to obviously put too many spoilers in, but I can tell you like the basic setup is that, obviously there's the village itself and the people in it. Then there's also the local lord of the region is a very young knight who has already gained a great reputation for himself as a monster hunter. And he has his own little group, and they're basically a group of adventurers. And so he's quite, he's got quite a bit of local renown, and he's got a competent group of people around him. And you find out relatively early in the game, so I'm not afraid to bring it up, that he also is a bit unusual, and he has a menagerie, which is the medieval way of saying he has a zoo that includes several live monsters that he's captured. There's also a coaching inn, a caravanserai, which is like a medieval motel that is run by agents of the Merchants Guild, and it's quite a significant little complex that's built over or on upgraded versions of the remains of an ancient Roman villa. And finally, not too far from the town, there's mysterious woods that have local legends of monsters, and also a site that is a mysterious site that has been associated, with standing stones and things associated with the elves, who, remember, in this context are really more like the Fae from your more standard D&D, because they're these supernatural beings. They're extra dimensional beings, you could say, and they're definitely not player characters. They're not Legolas or something like that. They're very unusual and dangerous. So that's the basic setup, and your characters have to figure out who's responsible and who they can trust and who they can't, and that's more or less what they have to do. So this is the premise of the adventure, and then your characters are kind of free to go along, and there's obviously a timeline of events that happens too, and that's the way I like to frame my adventures when I'm running them. So most of the RPG Pundit Presents adventures, when you get them, you'd see that they're usually built along similar lines. Some of them are a bit more linear than this one, but this one makes it quite interesting. It's the sort of thing that can be run in basically one session. I forgot to check exactly how much it is, but I believe that currently that the RPG Pundit Presents number 17 is $2.99. So it's just like all the RPG Pundit Presents issues, which are all between 99 cents and $4.99, this one's pretty affordable, and I'm pretty sure it'll make an interesting adventure for your OSR or D&D group. So I guess that's it. Mostly this video, I decided to post one today because I'm looking for topic suggestions. And the topic suggestions for Inappropriate Characters, it doesn't have to be about news or controversy. It doesn't have to be about fights or something like that. If you've heard something going on in the gaming world that we haven't covered yet and that you think is right up our alley, by all means, please let us know. And that applies all the time, right? If you've heard of some controversy or, woke people are up to nonsense, then by all means tell us. Right? Tell me, right? Let me know. I'll do a video of it myself if it's not around the time of Inappropriate Characters. But if you don't have something like that and you just have like a suggestion of something that you think would be interesting to talk about, like about gaming, DMing, about systems or settings, about anything to do with the RPG field, then just let me know that too. So I guess that's it for today. And if you like this video, please share it, spread the word, check out the Hunters and all the rest of the RPG Pundit Presents series, and consider checking out World of the Last Sun. It's a great book. You got 276 pages of really excellent Gonzo gaming. Look at that. Chungus looks small from this distance, but she ain't. she's an absolute unit. So, check out all my stuff. The Invisible College, it's selling really well, a real bestseller, available on drive-thru or Amazon. All my games, the links are on the description below, and one of the best ways to support me, I mean, you can just toss money at me too if you want. I've got a Patreon that is basically just for people who want to give me money with nothing in return. But if you want to get something back, buy my books or buy my PDFs. And that's a great way to support me and also get something that is really useful for yourself. So that's everything today. Currently smoking nothing because I'm filming this too early in the day. And we will hopefully see you all tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central, not on this channel, but on the Inappropriate Characters channel, which you should definitely subscribe to if you haven't yet. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed here, be sure to subscribe to my channel too. We're about 15 subscribers away from hitting the 4,000 subscriber mark. And when we do that, at the nearest convenient date from when we do that, I will host here on this channel a 4,000 subscriber live stream. Those are always fun. So talk to you soon.